Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, here to preview some of the reels that have come in for service, what I'll be working on this week, and well, what we're all going to learn from in terms of how to take apart and service reels. Some of them freshwater, some of them saltwater, some of them vintage, some of them very new. I'm going to cover all gamuts of the reels that have arrived recently. Well, maybe we'll even be in for a few surprises. We'll take a look at them. We'll see which ones are good candidates to have as how to repair and service videos. And, well, we'll set up the week and see what kind of fun we're going to have. If you like the art of reel repair and service, if you like to understand how reels are made, a little bit about who manufactures the reels, when they were made, what they're used for, then I would encourage you to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please use the notification button. That'll help you to see when I'm posting, and well, you can make a determination as to whether that's a video you would like to watch. The first one is interesting. It was a drop-off in the shop. It's an Italian-made reel. This is an Acevedo, but it's or Alcedo, not quite sure how it's pronounced, missing the badge. This is the 2C reel, made in Italy, and this is an interesting one. It tells me the bail doesn't open and close. I think, based on what I'm looking at here, that somebody had this bail apart and that this bail trip arm here is reversed. In other words, this should be the side facing the rotor, and that other side over there should be the one coming out. But we're going to find out. Just if you look at how the reel kind of turns, it's not tripping, but well, we're going to take this one apart. It's a beautiful reel. It's well desired. It is a classic. And, well, we're going to do our best to get that one fishing again. So, stay tuned if you want to watch that. Okay, next up, this just came in. Came in from West Virginia. I think it's Austin. He's sending me two classics. He's sending me a Mitchell 308A for service. This one's made in Taiwan, I think. Oh, this is a French-made one. So this is the one right on the cusp of transferring the 308 and the 300 production to Taiwan. I generally jump to the conclusion right away if I see one of these and it has a plastic nut cap as opposed to the metal one, and that it is an A, and that most of the time those were made in Taiwan. Now, interestingly enough, this is the French one, so we probably still have the planetary gear inside. But the later ones that were made in Taiwan went over to a more traditional main gear with a crosswind block. So we'll see which one's inside here, and we'll be able to take a look at how to service that. Here's another interesting one. This is the Garcia 204. These are nice little reels. Both of these reels are freshwater reels. Both of these reels, well, I was asked to service them, get them ready for the spring fishing season. West Virginia has some beautiful streams there. And, well, I will do my best to get them out. We'll see which one. I think I've done a couple on the 308s, not necessarily on the 204, so maybe we'll do the 204 as a video. While I'm doing this, if you find that there is a reel here that I don't plan to do a video on, then I would encourage you to ask. And if I have the time, I will try to make that video up and show you how to do it yourself. The next one comes in from, let's see where we are, South Carolina. I believe I have two of these. These are Ambassador 5600 C4s. I had a conversation, and I think one of these is going to be squealing. So what I may do on this is do the bearing exchange. I'm going to guess that's what the cause of it is. And I think this would best be serviced by using ceramic bearings. So we'll see what we can do. Let's see how this one works. Well, it's not this one. This one's quiet enough. Yeah, this would be the noisier of the two. And it's in the bearings because if you spin the wheel spool, you can hear it. So we'll see what we can do in terms of servicing those. And if I do the ceramic bearing upgrade, I will do a video on that to show you how to do it yourself. And I will make sure that you see the differences that it can make. This is from BJ. And we're going to see what we can do to work on those. Let's Been a busy week. Everybody's getting ready for the spring season. This one weighs a ton. It says it weighs 21 pounds, and it comes from Tom, and Tom is in, it looks like Wisconsin, but it might be Michigan. It's got an I on it, but I can't tell if it's an M or a W, and that's probably me reading upside down. So let's see what Tom is sending in. Well, we got a whole group of reels here, so let's get started on some of these. Oh, gee, I just did one of these and wondered about it, and here we go. We got a second one. I just did an 875 as our fishing reel of the day. And we have a partial reel here. It's the 855. It's a line counter reel, and well, it's tied off, so I can't see the performance on it. But I can see where those reels would be used in a Great Lakes environment. Anyway, we got a big one here as well. This is a Dakota 700 line counter. I guess I'm going to assume all of these are tied off. This has wire line on it. Wire line is kind of ideal for trolling. Let me get these back in the frame here, just in case you didn't see the other one. This is an 855 line counter reel from Penn. It was only made for 4 years. It was made from 1999 until 2003 and then discontinued. The interesting thing about this one is it was made in Japan. This is the big Dakota line counter. It's got wire line on it. That's appropriate for trolling. And we have a, looks to be, I'm not going to remove all of these. This looks like a smaller Dakota line counter. No handles. It's going to be hard for me to test without handles. I don't really want to disturb these too much. We got another level line reel here. This is another of the Penn series of line counters, probably the 875. This is the largest of them. So we got a whole collection of these Penn line counter reels. They all look like this. They're all in the line counter mode. They have a digital line counter as opposed to a mechanical one. And, well, kind of interesting reels all the way around. Another one, this is the 855 again. I got my work cut out for me on these. They're kind of an interesting interior. I think we'll do one of those. This is a big Penn. So, while I'm doing this, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave those in the comments section. Yeah, this is the 330 GTI. That replaced the 309 series. Here's a Penn 309. That came first. It was the Pier 309, and then the 330. It's much more stout. It has that guide bar up top to kind of take some of the strain off the reel. Heavier side plates with a crash ring on the outside of it, if you will, so it doesn't shatter. But usage-wise, they're about the same reel. This one came a little bit later. There's two generations of this. There's the GT1 and the GT2. If you have the GT2, chances are that one was made in China. Okay, here we got, well, here's all of our handles in case we were wondering. Always good. This is another 855. So, definitely a Penn person. We all have our own little ones that we like. Here's the biggest one here. Here's the 895 line counter. And it looks like more of the same. I think we have just well, not quite a ton, but we got 20 plus pounds of these here. One Dakota, a bunch of line counters. We'll make sure we do a line counter service video and make sure that those are serviced and that they get back out there ready to fish. I'm going to assume again it's the Great Lakes, so let's assume this is Michigan. I haven't been able to read up on that too much. All right, we got two more here, so let's take a look at those. This one's from South Carolina, St. Helena Island. This one comes from Richard. Well, we get all kinds of reels. I get everything from freshwater to saltwater. And I guess I get freshwater where you use saltwater reels. This is a bait caster. Not quite sure what we have here. Kind of a tough one to unpack. All right, let's see what we got. Gee whiz, that's an awful lot of effort here. It almost looks like Tournament Pro by Lews. Okay, this is Lews Tournament Pro. I don't believe I've done one of these, so we'll do this one. I guess that's the problem here. We're not getting a spring back in the release. I just did a reel. I think it was a Quantum. It kind of had the same issue. We'll do that because it's a very common failure on fishing reels, bait casters in particular, and we'll make sure to do that one as well. Okay, we've got one more set here. This one comes in from Kevin. Kevin is in New York, up in Horseheads. Horseheads is up in wine country. Beautiful lakes and streams up there, including all of the Finger Lakes. Let's see what we have here. We have well, just as the other fellow was a Penn person, this one is a Daiwa person. These are all sea lines. Looks like the 27H here, yeah. They all look like they need a lot of work. It's been a while, I'm sure. Also the 27H here. Then we would move up to the 47H, yeah. So these are classics. They've been around an awful long time. It's a shame this one's got a broken handle knob. Kevin, you may want to contact the post office with this, because that's sitting in the box there. I'm going to think maybe the post office kind of got whacked. Of course, the post office is going to tell you you didn't pack them well enough, and that's the cause of the issue, banging against each other. But oh, this one's really tight. All right, maybe we'll do one or two of those just because of the state that they're in, and see if we can't re-glue that handle knob, if anything else, or nothing else, and find a replacement possibly. Well, what an interesting set of projects. We got an awful lot of work that just hit the bench. We'll look forward to working on those. And again, if you would like to see one of these, maybe it's that classic, you want to see if we can untangle that bail issue. Maybe it's the pens that are rather unique, the bait caster that doesn't have the trip issue, or some pretty old Daiwa sea line reels. Whatever it is, leave a note in the comment section. We'll be able to see if we can do that video based on some time availability. I hope you've enjoyed it. Before I leave, I want to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, everybody involved in keeping us out of harm's way. I want to thank you, the viewers, for watching, for making this channel what it is. I want to wish everybody a great day. This is Dennis from Second Chance Tackle.